All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Donnell Jones, one of his new songs. I can't wait for Donnell Jones to come back. You know, he was always a strong person in the R&B industry. But now, it's a special show for me. We have the beautiful, educated, like I say, professional Miss Gloria Neal. Welcome to the Groove Zone.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you for having me. This is good.
Yes, we're going to have a good time. Now, what I want to get to, let's talk about you as a person. I mean, like, where are you from? Where
So what makes Glow glow?
What makes Glow glow? Yes, tell me.
Okay, so military child, grew up in the military and traveled a lot, so all over the world. And you don't really appreciate that until you become an adult, until you actually realize the benefits of going and living in places where everybody doesn't think like you and they certainly don't talk like you and they know they didn't look like me.
Right.
So it was good to really appreciate someone else's culture. And so grew up, all over the world, mostly in Europe, and really like that. Have 3 other siblings, another sister and 2 brothers. And so yeah, that's kind of my childhood. We just moved around a great deal. Father retired after 31 years in service. So a lot of moving. A lot of moving. Now, what brought you to Colorado? My practice husband.
Your practice husband?
My practice husband. I practiced.
Right.
And so coming here, I was a civil servant. I've worked for Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado Springs. And just happened to go into a mall one day and saw a sign that said Magic FM, radio tryouts. And I remember this. My hair was long, it was in a ponytail, I had on sweats. I was not prepared to go get in that line because I didn't go to the mall to try out. Went to the mall to pick something up. And got in the line and got the gig.
Really?
And got the gig. It was about 60 people who interviewed for it. Got the gig to my surprise and chagrin. So I went to my boss, who was a colonel at the time in the Air Force, and I said, "Hey, Douglas, I'm in school 3 nights a week. I work for you 7:30 to 4:30. And I got this radio thing, but I'm not going to take it." And he said, "You're taking that job." He said, "I'll adjust your hours, but you take the job because you need to. You can do more than what you're doing. And I want to help you get there." And so I took that job, and all of that from FM radio to AM radio, back to FM radio here in Denver, Jammin' 92.5, Sassy 107. When they went defunct, I got approached by CBS4, by a TV station, and that's what's got me here.
Well, okay, I understand that. And so you have all the stuff. I know people know you from television and radio and things of that nature, but what do you like to do for fun?
Oh, man. You know what? One of the biggest things, I think, is we love the movies. I go to movies a lot with my husband, or at least try to. Do a lot in the community, and I realize that's not for fun, but if you say children, women's issues, something that is pertinent, because we know 95% of the time, if a woman is in the house, she's doing what she's supposed to do. If she starts it eating right, going to church or wherever you worship, if that is the woman that's doing that, 95% of the time, the rest of the household follows her. So I'm real big on supporting women who are doing things in a positive nature. So if it's women and kids, I'm involved in it. If it comes to just leisure time, it is definitely all about hiking and outside and going to dinner and just having a good time with friends, going to a comedy club.
Yeah. See, we're going to talk about that a little later. See, she's talking about being strong and positive and women doing what they're doing. So with that note, we're going to go to Mary J. Blige. See, that's all that came to my head when you was talking about stuff like that. Phenomenal. So we'll be back with the Groove Zone with the beautiful, educated professionals. I gotta say that all the time.
You do.
Miss Gloria Neal. Groove Zone. Hiking?
I love her. Yeah, I like hiking. Hiking is good. You need to move your booty.
I don't have no booty, so
yeah.
I'll be moving thighs.
Whatever you need to move, you gotta move.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the Groove Zone, you know that was Luther. I miss me some Luther.
Oh, honey.
Oh, Jesus.
But there was only one Luther.
Only one? Yes, I like Big Luther and Little Luther.
That's exactly right.
And Medium Luther.
Okay, are you done?
Okay, sorry. Well, as you can see, we're back with Miss Gloria Neal, and the show has been phenomenal. You're getting to know what makes her flow with the glow. And the glow, you know what she said earlier.
You know what makes glow? Go ahead,
sorry.
That's okay.
It's how it is.
You gonna be okay?
We're all right. We're all right. So speaking of which, let's talk about comedy. I've had the opportunity to see you host and do a lot of things, and I like the comedic things that you put into the show. You throw it in there,
yes.
and you let them know what it is, and we laugh at.
You know what I do? It is interesting that you say that, because isn't it true, you being a comic as well, but it's the everyday stuff that is really the most funniest.
Right.
If you were just paying attention just a little bit, you can find the funny in just about everything, and including a pap smear. So
I wouldn't know nothing about that.
That's all I'm saying,
Okay.
or should you?
No.
But what I'm getting at is, when I am emceeing or when I'm hosting or even sometimes keynoting, the humor just comes out because it is there to come out. Matter of fact, I thought about you the other day. There was a guy who was supposed to be giving an invocation.
Right.
He was an Indian guy, and I love my Indian brothers and sisters. But he went on, and I'm not joking, Shed, he went on for 15 minutes. He went on talking about how great the Indian people were. He went on talking about blessing the bugs that fertilize the plants so that we could have the food on the plates. He went way too far. So with all of that, when I came back to the mic, it was almost 17 minutes. I came back to the mic and I said, I realize some of y'all have finished eating. But for those who aren't, go ahead and finish. And we'll start the program in a moment. Humor comes out in the most simplest of places.
Right.
And so that's what I love about the funny is if you are familiar and know your craft and are feeling it, you really don't have to work for it. It's there.
Right. Now, have you ever done like stand-up on a stage,
Yes.
whereas you went and did like a set, like
Yes.
a 10-minute set? Tell me about that.
Oh my gosh. I did. I remember my first time, because you know, New Talent Night, they start you out at 3 minutes.
Right.
Then you work up to 5.
Right.
And then my first time doing 10 minutes was at the Improv. I did sometime at Comedy Works.
Right.
But at the Improv, where I was the host of Ladies Night.
Right.
And so, you know, you're bringing up all the fellow comics, females, and nervous, yeah, extremely nervous.
Right.
But you learn how to use it.
Right.
You know, you learn how to use the nervousness. You learn how to look out and pick that one person that you know will respond. You hope the way you think they'll respond. You gotta read the audience. And so I just on a gut, on a whim, my husband had said to me, babe, you can do this. And I'm like, you must be crazy. It's one thing to get up and MC and people just kind of laugh at where you're going, but you got a script.
Right.
It's something else to get up with the intent of, I am gonna make you laugh. You better know what you're doing.
Right. Okay. Do you know your first joke? Do you remember your first joke or remember? Because 3 minutes is, you know, you get out there, hello, get off the stage.
Right.
I just said my name.
Right. It goes fast.
It goes fast.
Initially you think that, oh my God, I don't have enough material. But what I have found is I get out there, and typically I do know that first joke. I kind of know where I'm going. But I have also found that I am at my best when I play off the audience. Or I play off what that news story was for that day and what was going on or what is going on in the world to kind of weave in.
Right.
Because people want to have that connection. They want to know that, yeah, you're funny, but you're also informed.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is a great interview. See, you get to know Miss Gloria Neal. You know, this is what she's about. Now, what can we expect from you in the future? Do you have a Twitter, Facebook, email where you want somebody to get, you know, keep in contact with you?
You know what? On Facebook.
Okay.
On Facebook.
Okay.
Twitter, and I love it, but all of this stuff is a time suck. I mean, if I can look up and it'll be like 8 o'clock when I get in the door, and it's midnight, and I'm still trying to answer emails and Facebook and Twitter. So I'll do the emails, even texting. Do the emails and on Facebook. But what is coming up? You know what? I've got some things on the horizon as far as not so much comedy, but I'm going to be doing several events in and around town, the city of Denver. So if you're in Denver, you gotta look me up. But it comes in the way of, what did I say earlier? Children, education, big on education. And women's, we've got the Women's Foundation that's getting ready to bring in Alfred Woodard.
Right.
And so that is coming up in the next month or so. We're in the throes of preparing for that. Just hosted the Red Gala, which was Harry Belafonte and Take 6.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
You had me in there. We had a good time.
It was a great time.
Right.
So between that, let's see, what else do I have going on? I mean,
look, don't give him too much.
So many things.
Yes, don't give him too much.
It's like,
don't
okay,
give him
so
too
that's
much.
enough, because I don't want you OD.
That's it, because we're going to have you back on the show in the future so we can talk about some other stuff. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this interview with Miss, the beautiful, the sexy, the intelligent, the professional Miss Gloria Neal. So we're going to finish up the show. Let's go into the roots. You like everybody?
Oh, yes.
Let's do the roots. That's what we want to do.
But will she have her clothes on?
you know, that one video. Can I get some boo?
Great. Let's turn the